Sekejap. Tunggu semua orang ready je. Hai.
So, my name is Haslana binti Hashim from DPC1B. My metric is 33 DPC to 1 F1056.
Hello, my name is Umi Shazenia Tira binti Muhammad Hanafi from DPC1B, and my matrix number is 33 DPC21F 1053.
Hello, my name is Amir Ahmad Aizat. My matric number is 33 DPC 21F 1036.
Hello, my name is Joshua Sibat Anathun from DPC1B. My matrix number is 33 DPC 21F1041.
First of all, the cause of inflation in Malaysia is because of demand pull effect. Demand pull inflation occurs when there is increase in supply of money and as well as credit stimulants for goods and services in an economy. A practical example that will be perfect to describe this would be purchasing a ticket to watch K-pop concert live in Malaysia. Because of the limited number of seats and the demand for the live performance was higher than the capacity provided, the price of the ticket skyrocketed, approaching hundreds of ringgit on the traffic side, and automatically become way more expensive than the standard price and the premium ticket price. This in turn can lead to a constant increase in demand, which means the price will keep increasing year by year. So, what can be done to solve this problem? One way that I could think of is by doing multiple jobs to increase income. Doing multiple jobs such as 2 or 3 works a day might help us to survive in this world where money is everything and everything requires money. Back to what I've said before, it is very crucial to find a solution to help us overcome this inflation in Malaysia. What do you think about it, Ame?
I think that was a good point, but I would like to add my point too. The cost of the inflation is also because of the rising wages. It is the rising wages is caused from the increased money supply that been supplied to the people. When the increased money supply is increased, the typically lower interest start. So the factor of the raising wages is the cost of training. This is quite true nowadays. It is very take some cost for people to learn and train to be a workers. It is because nowadays there are many equipment that can help them to develop their skill and be more productive in their work in the future. That can help the company and the economy to rise again. The the effect of the inflation in inflation is very bad because the negative effect of inflation include an increase in the opportunity cost of holding money, uncertainty over future inflation, which may encourage of investment and others. But if the inflation is rapidly have uh, have been occur for such a long time, it will affect the the goods that we use in our daily basis, such as raw materials and dry materials. It could affect to many people, especially the poor and the middle class people. So the solution for this infection I came up is I uh, we should think to give more work to people. It is because when there were many opportunity for people to work, they can increase their economy to be better in their life. It also can affect our country economy to be more stable and be competitive. And and the and many opportunity job for people can can fulfill can fulfill the demands that the consumer wanted in the present or future life.
Sorry, may I say something?
Okay.
I think you made a good. I think you was made a good point, but I think my point is a more perfect. One of the cause of inflation is cost push inflation, or when entrepreneurs or producers increase the prices of goods and service more than the popular expectation of good and in order to garner a higher profit margin that again leads to inflationary conditions. Let me take an example where the senior management of a company has decided to increase the price of its product from $200 to $230, although there is no corresponding increase in the price of inputs and wages. It can be seen that there is a 50% rise in profit leading to inflation, and as such, this type of inflation is known as profit push inflation. It is important to understand that inflation per se is not such a bad thing. However, the inflation caused by cost push inflation is somewhat the wrong kind of inflation. Cost push inflation is characterized by rising prices and falling real GDP. The fall in real GDP, despite an increase in the overall price level, is indicative of the fact that the productivity level of the economy is deteriorating. Further, cost push inflation also affect employment as the decline in real GDP result in decreased demand for goods and services that then compels firm lay off workers and decreasing the employment. As such, this type of inflation result in a fall in living standard. Inflation can be solved in a variety of ways. One of the solutions of inflation is to reduce the case of inflation in the developing countries. Is when the developing countries to stop or reduce the cases or international debts and start to depend on their own resources. This will subsequently make the countries to keep the interest for themselves and thus use it to develop the country and economy. So Joshua, what is your opinion about my point?
I totally agree with you. That is exactly what I think too. But I have my own point too. So my point is, the inflation is actually a general increase in prices and fall in the purchasing value of money. So I can tell you that it is the valuation. So the main causes of the inflation is devaluation. So what is devaluation? Devaluation is a downward adjustment in a country's exchange rate. it will result in lower value for a country's currency. So the effect of devaluation is the devaluation of currency makes a country export less expensive. So it makes the foreign product in the developing country will more expensive, which it will encourage the citizen of the developing country to buy domestic product, to buy domestic product over foreign product. So what can be done to solve this problem? So I suggest that the government should actually introduce monthly allowance to citizens. So they should organize the programs such as universal basic income that has been organized in many countries nowadays. So it is an unconditional cash payment given at regular interval by the government to all residents. So mean that every citizen will get the money monthly. So how it will help? It will help to reduce poverty and income inequality and improve physical and mental health. So no more stress about the financial. And the second one is it will protect people from sluggish wage growth and low wages and the lack of job security. So that's all from me, I think. So what is your opinions, guys, about my point?
I couldn't agree more.
I'm also totally about your agreement, Joshua.
What do you think, Ame?
I think the point is very solid and true.
Thank you.
That's all from us. Thank you.
Thank you.
So